Hello everyone. Today we are going to demonstrate how to set up a Starlink system. We are some of the early beta testers, and we thought this would be a useful video as it goes more broadly out to the consumer. So this is what the box looks like that will arrive to your house. Pretty simple setup. We'll go ahead and open up the box. Now we've actually already set this system up, but we wanted to start from scratch and put it in the box to show you what it looks like start to finish. You'll see that the main cable run is typically in this section of the box. However, since we've already installed, I'm not going to take out my cable run and reinstall it in the box. So when you set the system up, where you want to start is with the mount. So this is the mount for your antenna. It's got 3 legs, and on each leg you have a hole to mount with. So the idea is to fix it to a flat location. It may be hard to do. What we decided to do, just for demonstration purposes, is to do a mount that we could remove from if we ever wanted to take the system elsewhere. And we went with just 3 cinder blocks. And we want to fix our mount to these 3 cinder blocks to add ballast so it's not going to blow away when there's a storm. So the orientation of the dish is you want to point this antenna true north. Once the antenna is pointed true north and you set up your modem, which we'll get to in a later step, the antenna will orient itself. You don't need to worry about knowing how to point a satellite antenna. It's all self-guided and will take care of itself. So for today, the idea that I had was what I'll do is drill holes in these cinder blocks and then just do a simple attachment with toggle bolts through these drilled holes in the cinder blocks. That'll make it easy to take off if I ever want to, and it will be a nice, secure, fixed location. For demonstration purposes, so I don't get my drill out, drill holes, I'm just going to fix it with some robust UV protected zip ties. For outdoor work, I recommend these Storehouse 24-inch black heavy-duty cable ties. They're UV rated and won't sun rot. Okay, so now that our mount is somewhat secure, again, we'll come and fix this properly later. I'm going to take out my antenna out of the box. See, it's about 2 feet in diameter, which will give a nice wide beam to pick up multiple Starlink satellites at once. Now on this end of the cable, it is fixed to the antenna. The other end of the cable is just an Ethernet end. All of your outdoor electronics are self-contained within the antenna. Your LNB buck/radio and even the satellite modem that does all of the demodulation is self-contained within the antenna. So it's a very simple setup, just snaps into place on your mount. Go. So when you first install your antenna, it's best to get a compass out. I have a little GPS compass locator on my phone. I like to get that out and stand directly behind the antenna, and you want to orient the antenna as close to true north as you can. We're pretty close there. I may adjust my blocks slightly. There, that's pretty close to true north right there. From there, the Starlink system will take over once the modem's connected, and it will self-orient, self-align to optimize your signal and provide best performance. So next we're going to go in and hook up the modem, download the app, and get rolling. So now that we have our outdoor components installed, our cable coming from the antenna has been ran through this particular building, just dropping it down through a ceiling. You'll see the end of this cable. It's just a Ethernet connection. All of the electronics within the antenna are powered over Ethernet. So our indoor components will consist of a power supply, which can be connected to any 110 outlet. I'm going to hide ours behind this little shelf here. And then our Starlink modem, and it has a single Ethernet input and an aux port as well. So now that our power supply is plugged in, as you can see on the other side of the power supply, we have a port that goes to our antenna and a port that goes to our modem. Pretty simple setup. So we'll take our white cable that came in the box to our modem and connect it to the white side of our power supply. The antenna cable connect directly to the other side here. And you could hide this power supply however you prefer, but that's it as far as setup goes. Put this back, make it look a little bit nicer, and I'm going to hide my power supply behind here just to declutter. This modem has a great Wi-Fi range. We'll go through the setup, and once you set up your modem, your antenna will self-align and you're off and running, and we can do some speed tests and do some performance tests after that. The Starlink app can be downloaded from the Apple or Google Play stores. It's widely available. It's just called Starlink app. So once you download it and open it, this is what you'll see. So we will start setup. Plug everything in. We've completed those steps. We've got the antenna installed. We have the antenna and the modem plugged into our power supply. So we'll go next. So now we're going to connect to Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and open up our Wi-Fi settings. The Starlink modem, we'll turn that on. Now, since I've already previously installed this system, I've already renamed it. You'll find that the default comes up as Starlink with a number afterward. I've renamed mine to Musk. I don't know why, maybe it's Elon. So we're connected, and we're up and running. So really, that's all there is to it. So we're now connected, and we can run a speed test. So that means our antenna is already self-aligned. And here's our initial speed test. Now, speeds are going to vary. Remember, we are still in beta. Starlink is still launching satellites very frequently, and our contention ratio as users come onto the system will also increase. So that's pretty good if we're getting 110 down. If we open up another app, let's just go to let's do a speed test. You know, I like to use this app. It's pretty reliable. So let's use that. The Starlink app just gives us a single speed, but I like to be able to see what we're getting down, up, jitter, ping delay, things of that nature, see how we're performing. So as you can see with the Starlink app, we had roughly 110 megabits per second, but our download speeds over speed test is considerably lower than that. We have 43.4 down, and let's see, we finalize coming up 14.2 megabits on our up speed. You know, I've done various speed tests. On average, I see roughly 80 megabits down and 18 up. We're still playing with the delay and jitter factor, doing some testing there. We've done some Zoom calls over Starlink. You know, it does a pretty good job, but there is definitely some jitter from time to time within the video quality. But overall, you know, it's a pretty viable solution where you don't have other good connectivity options. Remember, we're at the early stages of beta testing. We still have a lot of testing remaining before we can classify this as a robust alternative to some of the tasks that we need from the system. But we hope that you find this video helpful in your initial installation setup, and we wish you luck and hope it works for you.